Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We're going to get started here, and we are going to random a character, if the game will ever do it. And I'm just noticing now, already the frame rate seems absolutely jacked up. I don't know what happens. I record one video, and it's fine. Then I go to record the second video, and all of a sudden, it's running at like 10 frames per second. But usually, it'll work itself out fairly quickly. Again, welcome back to the series. We've had some very good runs lately. This is the first run in a long time, well, 3 or 4 episodes at least, where we have not come across Isaac as our random character, and I'm kind of excited to branch out a little bit. It was kind of like, you know, I've done those challenge runs in the past where it was like, a new appreciation for blah, a new appreciation for wiggle worm, a new appreciation for kamikaze or razor blade. That was like a new appreciation for the D6. I think I'd sort of forgotten what made my relationship with the D6 so special. And what it was the real potential that anything could absolutely happen if you abuse the shit out of the item, which we did, and made some very good things happen. So I'm very excited that that miniature series, as Isaac happened in the first place, and I'm also excited that it's coming to an end, and maybe we can play as Cain for a little while. Watch me random like Isaac 8 times in a row after this or something. One second, I'm just gonna go through this room. Then I need to adjust my volume somewhat. I'm at like 2% here. It makes me feel really awkward because I can really hear the sound of my own voice echoing throughout my own skull, and it's making me very self-conscious here. Let us... There we go, perfect. Okay, so we're playing as Cain. What do we need here? Anything that gives us more pill drops, like a safety cap, or well, very specifically, I guess, the bottle of pills would be fantastic. Apart from that, basically the same thing you need on every other character, just with a little bit of an extra focus on HP, because we start a little bit lower than Isaac. Cain, obviously, one of the better characters in the game, regardless of your pretenses, regardless of your biases. I don't understand. I guess I can understand how you would not like a character like Judas, because he's super low health, right? It's very risky. By the way, getting those 10 bombs is awesome, because next time I have to use a bomb, I'll just pop 2 of clubs beforehand, and we'll have like 25, 30 bombs before we even really get started here. But yeah, I can understand you wouldn't like a character like Judas. He's a little high risk, high reward. I can understand how you wouldn't like Isaac, although it does boggle my mind. And of course, you know, there's characters that I don't like. I can totally understand why you don't like Blue Baby, Samson, Maggie, or Eve. That being said, how can you not like Cain? He starts with a little bit lower health, but certainly he's among the average, roughly, when it comes to health in the game, you know. Isaac and Maggie are a little bit higher, but he's right up there. He's better than Samson, certainly better than Eve and Blue Baby, and better than Judas, of course, as well. But he also gets that insane luck upgrade, and always good pills, and just a dope-ass eye patch. How can you hate that? Same reason, if you hate Judas, I'm like, just look at his hat, man. Anyway, we're going to take our range upgrade, and we'll fight our second boss, because why not? But obviously we want to do a little bit more. You know what, I'm just going to pop that 2 of clubs straight away, just to make Duke of Flies a little bit easier. Duke of Dies, as Michael L. Fox would say. Yeah, we're going to finish this off. I mean, hopefully we get an HP upgrade deal with the Devil combo here, but we can't really rely on that happening all the time. So instead, let's just hope we get a good item and have a happy and peaceful life and a good run, you know? That's more than most people could expect to get, so maybe we'll get lucky here. Well, there's our HP upgrade, so fuck everything else. Let's get greedy. The nail. That's not quite what I want at this point of the game. If I had 10 heart containers and no spacebar item, the nail would be among my chief choices for items, I would say. But with only 3 heart containers and no spacebar item, I really can't justify, in my opinion at least, taking the nail in our current situation. But we'll see what we get in our item room. Maybe we'll be able to pick up something amazing there. Maybe we won't be able to go to our item room at all. Either way, I'm reasonably pleased with the way this floor has turned out. We do have 23 bombs. That's the heart of the goodness right now. That being said, I would much rather have 23 keys and 0 bombs, because bombs oftentimes are not as essential as keys, at least in the early game. Now, there is a spirit heart that we can take out of this floor. I'm almost like, my philosophy is I'm coming to the point where spirit hearts on early floors, like, I don't necessarily want to spend resources to get them, because I just lose them. So I'm basically just throwing a bomb into the abyss. It's not like that spirit heart is going to save me at some point. The only thing it could do is give me slightly higher health, and if I end up in a situation where things get really dire, then I can look to that spirit heart to provide me with salvation for a while. Or, you know, I could use the spirit hearts to finance me while I play blood banks and try to get an HP upgrade. So, you know, I guess there is value there. But to a certain extent, I'm starting to undervalue, or not undervalue, but value spirit hearts less than I used to value them. I used to be like, oh shit, there's a spirit heart, let's drop everything and pick it up. I don't like Cursed Skull as an item. That's one of the items. There was a thread on the our Binding of Isaac subreddit the other day, and it was like, what items would you love to see rebalanced in Binding of Isaac Rebirth? Cursed Skull was chief amongst them, as an item that, you know, as is right now, just kind of has, like, basically no benefit. The other one that came up a lot, by the way, as one might expect, was the Polaroid. People want to see the game changed a little bit, so maybe, you know, trinkets in general are a little bit more important, because as of right now, you know, trinkets are not necessarily unimportant, but by the same token, you always have to get the Polaroid. So unless you get Mom's Purse, trinkets kind of become static, right? It takes away one of the random elements of the game, in that you always have to go with one of the specific items. So we are going to go to our curse room here. Please don't blow me up. Hey, there's 2 more spirit hearts. So we will leave. Well, 1.5, because of course we had to leave. That was a decent curse room, I would say. I am not going to open up the the golden chest that was back on the right side of the screen. I will definitely take a crack at this spirit heart here. And then we'll go up and open our item room, and then we'll leave this floor, and I'd consider this a pretty good floor. We got an HP upgrade, plus the damage or tears by way of meat. GUPPYS Hairball is an interesting item that is probably not going to be that amazing for us, but that's okay. I'm glad it's a passive and we've received it. Beyond that, what else do we get? A range upgrade, 22 bombs. We're leaving with 1 extra key, so that's not too bad for the first 2 floors, but certainly it could be a lot better. Let's try to make it better, though. So, obviously, as we get a little bit into... Oh, I'm so sorry. That was a total accident. I'm not even sure if you can walk by that without opening that door. If I had the ladder, I could have just skipped over it, but while there's one room open, what I was going to say there, coincidentally enough, of course our item room is right there. What I was going to say, coincidentally enough, is that, you know, at this point of the game, I would love to start being able to go to shops and buying some half-decent items. Obviously... We're halfway there, living on a prayer, etc., etc. If we can buy the ladder, we don't need a key. If we get 2 more cents, we can buy the ladder and get a key and then go to the item room, which is a nice little way that we could do that. We might also be able to use a bomb to make a bridge to go to the item room, but I don't want to do that just yet. You know, 22 bombs is very nice, don't get me wrong, but that can erode pretty quickly if we start using them for non-essential things. So, correct me if I'm wrong. GUPPYS Hairball is an item I have not invested much thought in beyond, you know, agonizing over it being the last item I needed for Platinum God, but I believe every time you get a kill, and you can watch closely here, GUPPYS Hairball, or every time you get like 4 or 5 kills, GUPPYS Hairball grows a little larger, and then if you take damage, then it goes back to its normal size. Is that the way it works? Or if you leave a floor, it goes back to its normal size. I can't remember. I used to think it was like, I think someone told me the way it works is if GUPPYS Hairball hits an enemy or gets a kill itself, then it grows. But I don't know if GUPPYS Hairball actually has to be the one doing the killing. It might work like Rage instead. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, that was another item people asked for a rebalancing on, by the way, was Rage. To make it sort of... it was an interesting kind of... Oh, that's excellent. An interesting method that they proposed. This is the commenter whose name I have forgotten if I knew it in the first place. Proposed to make Rage more balanced was it would work kind of like GUPPYS Hairball in that every kill you got, it would increase your... yeah, we'll do this. Oh my god, it's Mom's knife. I've been asking for it for so long. Well, that's really good. Let's avoid the elephant in the room for a second, and finally finish this fucking chain of thoughts that I was gonna finish. It sounds like a Kingdom Hearts subtitle. Anyway, Ryan, get back on track. Yeah, they suggested it would, so Rage would build in the same way it builds now, only it wouldn't end on the end of the room, it would end when you took damage, so there would be a huge incentive towards playing a little bit more defensively and not taking damage, which would be simply awesome in my opinion. That was a really awkward way of phrasing that, but rest assured, I would be totally in for a Rage upgrade, which makes it so it builds until you take damage, and then it gets back down to 0. That could make boss fights super interesting. As of right now, Rage is effective, but it's mostly effective against enemies. Yo, safety cap, fantastic. It's mostly effective against enemies and bosses that spawn other enemies, which is the minority for sure. So I'm definitely going to go back and pick up that ladder. I just want to kind of finish off the floor first, because why not? We have our boss room right here. We also have a pill. Let's go fight the boss, and by the time we finish with this boss, which should actually be pretty quick, we should know what this pill is. We'll see if we get a deal with the devil. We're fighting the pony, which means we're going to get the pony, because we can't re-roll it anyway, but if we did have a D6, you can, if you didn't know. I learned this from one of Namastack's videos, youtube.com/Namastack. That's Namastack with a Z, or a Z, if you're unfamiliar with this mythical letter that I just referenced. So we'll pick it up for now. But he told me that if you pick up the pony and then put it back down and re-roll it, obviously that requires having a spacebar item in the first place, but if you do that, then you can re-roll it, and you can re-roll it to whatever item, I think. Alright, so I'm going to go in here. Now that I will only lose half a spirit heart, we might as well come in here. Was that a good trade? Absolutely not. we are going to go buy our ladder. I'm going to take this pill just because we're here. Tears up, that's fantastic. I'm not sure how that really affects us with Mom's Knife. What was I saying a couple of episodes ago, or like over the course of the past like 7 episodes? I really want to get a Mom's Knife run. It's been a while since we've had one, and this time it came by virtue of an item room I didn't even have to reroll instead of a devil room. So I'm very pleased with that. But in any case, that's Caves Part 1 sorted. We can now fly, and we have an extremely high damage item, so I'm feeling pretty good about this whole situation. But we'll see if we can just carry ourselves in through the rest of the game, basically. Alright, well, I've accidentally opened the item room again. Opened the shop again. That's something I would love to see fixed in Rebirth as well. You know, just on the last floor, that was my own bad. There might have been a way to avoid it. But on this floor, I just spawned and instantly my key is gone. These are relatively minor complaints. I'm starting to feel like a dickhead whenever I bring up stuff like this. But, you know, it's just minor things that I would love to see fixed in Rebirth. Even if Rebirth is, you know, exactly the same game as The Binding of Isaac, in all likelihood, I would probably enjoy it a great deal. So, well, you know, probably in all certainty, I would enjoy it a great deal. There go all of my spirit hearts. That was a little scary. So at this point, you know, I have enough damage and survivability in the way of the, or not survivability, but enough damage and dodge ability in the way of the pony, shall we say, or, you know, another flying item if I could get one, that I feel like we could kind of survive to the end of the game with this. The caveat to that is that I need to pick up more HP. That's the only thing that's really holding me back too much here. And, you know, permanent Polaroid invincibility, be damned. It's a great kind of permutation if you can get it, or a great strategy if you can swing it. We may or may not be able to swing it. I don't think it matters all that much, to be honest with you. If we can just get more HP, like raw HP, I think we'll be totally fine. This should be, you know, one of the easiest boss fights we could possibly run into at this point. One Mom's Knife was enough to do it, and let's see what we get here. Well, we will pick up the crate, which is mostly, I very, very nearly... I knew the tick was there, but I very nearly accidentally walked over it. So not only do we get the benefit of the crate, but we might as well pop the Two of Hearts card here just to help us out, and we'll look for our item room on this floor as well. But yes, raw HP is basically all I feel like I need right now. We can probably totally get carried as a result of Mom's Knife. But the crate actually ended up being an HP upgrade plus some, which is beautiful. And Wrath should die very quickly here. More bombs wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. You know, you might be saying, go back to the shop, you have so much money now. I do, but I really, really have no interest in picking up Notched Axe. That's another item, you know, coincidentally, I guess that's the theme of this run. Items that should be rebalanced in Rebirth, but that was another item that came up quite frequently in that thread. It was basically like, why would I ever take Notched Axe? The suggestion for Notched Axe that was the most upvoted comment was make it so it's kind of like Blue Candle and that it has no charge. I don't know if that would make it too powerful. I mean, I guess technically at that point, you know, you could, once you get down to the womb and just the womb, I guess. When you're looking for, like, hidden tinted rocks, you could just use it on every single rock if you had the kind of patience to do so. I don't have the patience to do so, though, so I would never do that. But I guess it could make the game a little bit too easy. But, you know, maybe not too easy, maybe just more viable would be a good way to put it. So, we're going to play the bejesus out of this judgment. Whatever he gives me, I'll be psyched about, unless it is a spacebar item, in which case we'll have to evaluate that on its merits as it comes up. You know what? With one key remaining, I feel totally okay about opening this golden chest, which gave me another key and a little bit more money, and a pill, and pills are basically just free goods for us. Balls of Steel, fantastic. So, I would say that worked out. Now that we got Balls of Steel, why don't we try to transition this, or leapfrog from Balls of Steel into something even better by going to this cursed room, sacrificing merely, yeah, that's fine, sacrificing merely, pardon me, a half heart in order to pick up Guppy's tail. Beautiful. So, we will also check out our secret room now that we have found out where it is. It is just a slot machine, but I would rather spend a bomb than another half spirit heart to figure that out. And now we will leave this floor, I would say. That has worked out fairly well for us. Guppy's tail, obviously, is not the most useful item for us right now because we kind of perpetually are at a deficit of keys. But hopefully, we manage to pick up some more. We do have a shop here where we'll probably fight Greed, but I just want to get it over with. So we'll fight Greed and then kind of be done with it. And you know, I hate to say this because we already have so much of it, but I could use some more damage. I love Mom's Knife, don't get me wrong. It's probably my favorite item in the game, even if it's not necessarily the best. What do we have? Yeah, it had to be Greed, didn't it? Even though it's not necessarily the best. I mean, in terms of win rate, something like Epic Fetus is probably slightly better. Oh my god, okay, be cool here. That was not being cool. You spawned, or you walked into like 10 enemies spawning. The antithesis of being cool, really. Which is also great name for like a new AFI album or something. But anyway, we can't open that up. Thank you for that, Guppy's Tale. But yes, more damage is always better. It means we're going to finish these bosses off much more quickly. The other thing that would be excellent, again, I kind of complained about this earlier, but a possibility of a permanent Polaroid invincibility. I wouldn't complain about that, even though I kind of did earlier. But for now, we're definitely not at the point where we need to, you know, look for pie-in-the-sky hopeful items that will save us. We're definitely stronger than we need to be at this. Be faster, thank you. We're at the point where we need to be in order to win the game. But everything else at this point, I guess, is just good gravy at this. This is an expression I'll admit I don't really understand. There's a lot of idioms in English that kind of don't make any sense, but, you know, past that point, it's all gravy. Is gravy supposed to be, like, a guaranteed good thing? There's some people that don't like gravy. Ask these poutine haters I run into all the time. I like gravy. I think it's fantastic. But there is such a thing as too much gravy if it compromises the structural integrity of the food that you're eating. So people are like, oh, you know, after that point, it's all gravy. Well, maybe I don't want it all to be gravy. Maybe I want... There's a good gravy to mashed potatoes ratio, and this could fuck with it. So maybe I don't want it right now, okay? So maybe after this, it's all gravy. Then you just wait until I need some more potatoes or perhaps maybe a roast or something. And we start talking about the gravy situation then. Then you can give me the pork and the gravy combined. It's made no sense at all, I apologize. But we're going to take our balls of steel pills straight away. I want to carry the slot machine card basically down to the chest. I mean, it's a long shot, but if we don't get a better tarot card, we can pretty easily, it's pretty foreseeable that we could take our slot machine down to the chest, and if we do so, then it just instantly becomes basically a free item. So it's a long-term investment that may actually pay out with something terrible, but it might pay out with something awesome as well. And more to the point, I'm just not doing anything else with my Q slot right now, so what's the point? Sounds like a really awful slang term for a vagina, but it's not. So don't slander me like that. We did pick up Mini Mush. I kind of didn't talk about it because really it's just a speed upgrade at this point. It's got positives and negatives like most things in life. These are the worst secret rooms of all time. It's our third slot machine in a row, but hey, also a balls of steel pill, fantastic. Yeah, so I forgot what I was talking about. Secret rooms being bad. Speed upgrade in the form of Mini Mush is not that fantastic, and normally it's quite a nice item, but, you know, when you already have Mom's Knife, you don't really need the range upgrade, and the speed upgrade almost makes us, because the pony conveys a little speed bonus as well, almost makes it a little tougher to see enemies, as you were kind of seeing evidence of right here. We're on Necropolis 1, so I'm just going to go fight the Fallen, which is actually absolutely fantastic, because, you know, he's going to create the second Fallen here, and that's a ton of extra damage. We were able to do both of them, but more to the point, we're going to get a Deal with the Devil item for beating him, and that was super easy. I don't want Necronomicon, but oh my god, we have... The one time I get Sacred Heart, I also get Mom's Knife. I have Mom's Knife before. Now, the good news about this, of course, is that I will absolutely do a ton of damage. I was asking for damage upgrades earlier. This fits the bill. The bad news is that I would, like, it sucks to get Sacred Heart and not be able to see, like, the sweet-ass homing tears, right? Like, as of right now, I just got Mom's Knife now. It's a white Mom's Knife. It does more damage, but it's not, like, some badass homing tears, which sucks. I would much rather have gotten Sacred Heart first. That being said, I really can't complain about getting a massive damage upgrade. There's the virus for us, Poison Touch, which is fantastic, and we're going to be killing, like, every enemy in one hit at this point. That was really stupid of me. Now, the only thing that can shut us down at this point is me not dodging. So, let's exactly avoid what I just did. There's another pill. That is Tears upgrade, I think. I don't know how that affects our damage with this combination of items. There we go. There's another golden chest, which I'm not interested in. It's actually a health upgrade. That's amazing. So yeah, we're going to try to stack up some raw health. It's looking fairly unlikely that we'll be able to get a permanent Polaroid invincibility. The one exception would be if we earn a Guppy's Paw on the Deal with the Devil room on the final boss fight. Or not the final boss fight, but the Utero 1 boss fight, because that's the last Deal with the Devil opportunity we'll have, unless we can teleport out of the mom fight. But anyway, so far so good, I would say. This floor, you know, in all likelihood we will have a worthwhile shop. I'm hoping to pick up Compass. Basically, that would be the ideal item for us right now. Now, Judgment, I've got Guppy's Tail here, so if you can give me some keys in addition to an item, sign me the fuck up. Apart from this, though, I'm pretty sure we are 100% carried here. There's another key. We are gonna just keep playing it, and there's another bomb. Don't take more than minus 15, like, leave me with more than 15 cents, please, you asshole. Hey, Mom's purse. That means we can take the safety cap with us to the next floor, which is beautiful, actually, because safety cap is allowing us to get all these. Well, it's not allowing us to get them, but it's a potentially determining factor in us being able to get health ups and balls of steel and etc., like we've gotten so far, by way of all these pills that are dropping, with a little bit more frequency than one might normally expect. So there's another spirit heart for us. The game, you know, I hesitate to be too cocky, but the game is, at this point, almost unlosable, I would say. We've got a decent amount of health. We've got some... I don't want to open that up, in all honesty. What are we going to get? Like a Book of Revelations, Book of Belial? I'd much rather have the flying item in the form of the pony. And now I know people disparage the pony. There's better flying items, don't get me wrong. But this is a flying item. And we haven't... Oh, that was really terrible. We haven't gotten another one yet. If we get another one, then maybe I'll consider it. But for now, this is where we are. So this is what we're going to do. I don't even want to open the library. Kind of as mentioned, we're looking for the item room in the shop. We've already found the boss room. But yes, I could use some more HP, even though what we have is probably adequate. Or I could use a way to regenerate more HP in the form of either a Charm of the Vampire, I guess, but I would much rather have a Guppy's Paw that allows us to make Spirit Hearts, or, you know, a passive flying option plus a Book of Revelations, but I'm not willing to gamble on those yet, because we really shouldn't give the game anything to lower our odds at this point, and giving away the pony would be lowering our odds, in my opinion. So there's the map. It's not the compass, but it's close. I will also... do we know what this pill is? Balls of Steel? That was well worth the money, even though... Oh my... Okay, don't get hit again, please. Thank you. I will also... Well, let's exhaust our entire money supply here, and I will get the key, which allowed me to come in here and get a tarot card. So essentially I bought a tarot card for 5 cents. It was the Magician. That's really bad. But now we've been to our item room and our shop, we might as well check out these final rooms up here. You never know if we'll get some kind of consumables that'll work really well for us. There's a lot more money and another key, actually. And that key is something I'm probably going to just turn around and invest in a golden chest straight away. Starting with the next floor, probably want to think about... I kind of wish I didn't pick up Mini-Mush. It's making it a lot harder to shoot enemies, in my opinion. That was the worst damage. I kind of got caught in the door there. But yes, I totally forgot what I was saying just a second ago. Oh, starting with the next floor, I kind of have to be more prudent about my key usage, I would say. But for now, you know, we're sitting pretty. So there's half a Spirit Heart lost to check out that red chest. You never know, sometimes it might contain the pentagram or something like that. We have 2 keys, and I am going to use both of these to open golden chests. We'll start with this one over here. The library might be a more effective use of our resources, but I like golden chests. And in fact, we got a key back for that. And you know what? I'm not even going to open the library with this key. I'm going to save this key and use it on the later floors to hopefully open an item on the chest. And then we're going to open our golden chest here and a Spirit Heart. So that's effectively what I was hoping for from the library anyway, was a Spirit Heart by way of Book of Revelations, and then just put it back down and never speak of it again. Alright, so Mom is dead. That was probably the fastest we've ever defeated Mom. And we got the ideal item, I would say, as Cain, when you're fighting Mom. So our Tinted Rock didn't pay out with any Spirit Hearts, but there's our Polaroid. We have so many pills. What's this pill? Bad gas. That's the worst. And then we got 3 bad gases, but what else? What's this one? Teleported us out. Okay, that could earn us a deal with the devil. Apart from that, we just got 4 bad gas pills from that boss, which is stupid. And, you know, we'll take Wheel of Fortune down with us, because it could still be more effective. That was a jacked up coin purse. I'm not happy with that, but shit happens. I'm not even going to open that. We will go to our secret room, just because you never know what you're going to find. It is a unicorn horn for like the 10th time, so we should probably put that down. And we're going to see if our boss is over here. If he's not, then we have a lot of backtracking to do. But, you know, I can afford to use the bombs necessary to backtrack. Alright, we have another pill. We don't know what it does. That's luck up. I don't know how it's going to work out for us, but I'm glad we got it. And there's our boss room. So, all told, a very strange kind of floor, but a good one nonetheless. And this is going to be our last deal with the devil opportunity. Not that I necessarily need anything. And our... Ooh, the sun card. Is that more valuable than, I mean, it's gotta be, right? Oh, that was the easiest fight we've ever had. Because so, Slot Machine is a free item once you get down to the chest. The sun is like a free full health, which is substantially better. Oh my god. Okay, the best deal with the angels that we've ever had in our entire lives. We got all stats up plus Sacred Heart, so that's going to allow us to do even more damage, beautifully enough. Just not going to go to... now the problem is my speed is too high. We're not going to go there. I'm going to check bottom right first for this boss room, is my guess. Might as well take the money. I am too fast. I need to pick up like an odd mushroom or something. Odd mushroom, not skinny, obviously. Odd mushroom make me a little bit slower. A lard would work as well. That would be a number of things that I want, all in one tight little package. And that might be what destroys me. If I end up losing on this run, it's likely going to be because of the fact that I'm moving too fast and thus hit enemies that I shouldn't hit just by dodging into them by accident. We do know balls of steel. Okay. Again, safety cap is working out fantastically for me so far. What do we have in here? Nothing of value, unfortunately. So now we'll check the left side, although I'm of the opinion that it's probably up and to the right. It's like the same number of rooms, but let's check the left side just because my opinion is oftentimes wrong. Or my instinct is oftentimes wrong. And again, our damage at this point is just stupid good. Sometimes you get lucky when you play the Binding of Isaac, and this is definitely one such example. We now have enough keys to go to the chest and get all the items in the chest, which is good news. And we haven't needed red hearts in quite some time. What did I say? My instinct was totally wrong. So I'm glad I didn't trust myself for once. In a weird way, I'm developing an anti-instinct that may actually serve me very well. Mom's Heart, I expect to be dead in almost record time. Just gotta learn how to shoot these Mom's Knife shots more effectively with the amount of speed that I have. It's nuts. Alright, we're already, like, she's already permanently firing bombs. This is maybe the most damage I've ever had on one, like, vanilla run. Sometimes challenge runs get a little bit silly and you get even more damage, but this is the most damage I think I've ever had on a vanilla run. At least by this point. Occasionally you get lucky and the chest gives you some items, you know, like, that make great combinations, but just for, like, where I am at this point of the game, exceptionally lucky. Now, the number of things that I haven't even talked about that benefit us a lot is kind of staggering. Like, Poison Touch plus the Pony's active effect plus Mom's Knife, which already has a ton of damage. That's awesome! It's just I never have to use it because I already have so much health and so much damage that enemies just melt anyway. So, I mean, look at that. We almost one-shot that guy. And it wasn't even a good Mom's Knife. Like, we could have one-shot him if I had done the Mom's Knife a little bit more effectively. Alright, well, we might as well pop one Sun card. And we'll save the other one to use on the chest. The question here, and the one question that may still have some relevance when it comes to determining whether this is going to be a victory or a loss, is whether I use this Sun card as a map to find Blue Baby quickly, or whether I use the Sun card as a full health to survive if I find myself in an otherwise untenable position. We'll see. As of right now, I think you'll forgive me for saying I'm not too worried about how this Isaac fight is going to go. I am pretty sure that even if we end up tanking it, which I would rather not, we're going to be done with it very, very quickly. GUPPYS Hairball, thanks for the hard work you put in today. You're a real team player. Now, again, if one less speed upgrade and I'd be even stronger right now. Starting to understand what Bisnap talks about when he says he doesn't like having speed upgrades that much. Okay, thanks GUPPYS Hairball for that one. Not like I don't have enough bombs, though. We're not going to open that golden chest. You know what we'll do? We'll fight Isaac instead. And, okay, yeah, crazy damage. Already going to be on the second phase. We're going to take some damage as a result. That's okay, though. He's going to be on the third phase pretty soon. Every time we get hit, just run up and poison him, and then we're good to go. So that was some of the quickest boss fighting that I've ever had against Isaac ever. And now we're on the chest. So we'll see what we've got in our chests here. Guardian Angel, beautiful. Oh my god, okay. So we got a luck up. That's fine, we'll take that. I don't know how that affects these golden chests. Okay, this is like the best combination of chest items I've received in a long time. So we get Orbital Halo of Flies, a Sister Maggie, and a Rainbow Baby, 2 passive familiars, and then a Guardian Angel, which makes the Halo of Flies even better and like vastly increases our defense beyond what it already was. You can't make this stuff up sometimes. That was a very easy kind of, or a very nice kind of combination for us. So now I should take less damage in the form of these bullets. I don't know, RNGesus is very, very pleased with me today for whatever reason. We killed Gertie Jr. in one hit, which is basically like a, well, not that one, unfortunately, but it's basically a recipe for feeling pretty good. I am going to save this Sun card for the, oh, okay, be careful here. I'm going to save the Sun card for the, well, whenever I need full health, basically. And we should be fine in that situation. I'm not doing as good as I want on health. Every time we open a chest, we get a HP upgrade, which is very nice. That was a poop item. I'm not going to take the poop item, even though we could probably still win with it. We're basically one-shotting Chubb at this point. That's good news. No more keys. Is that our boss room? That's not our boss room. Is this our boss room? This is not our boss room. Okay, so we've reached one dead end. There is a free item if we could just get another key. I didn't even pick up the spirit heart. What a ding-dong here. Okay, so let's, I might as well pick up this. And we will go check up and center slightly. Like I said, at this point, you've got to consider this run unlosable. Unless I make some kind of terrible disaster. Even without the Sun card, which is kind of an unsung hero. I tried to make the worst joke of all time there. We'd still almost certainly, like 90% odds, be in the winner's chair at the end of this. The winner's chair is what my mom called my high chair when I was a baby, so it just kind of stuck with me, I guess. You want that story to be true, but unfortunately it's not. I apologize. Alright, let's beat this room without even using Mom's knife as a projectile, just to be BA, and that was easy. And so let's do it again. Ah, they got me this time. Alright, fuckers. Twice, in fact. Well done. This has got to be our way to the boss room. There's simply no other path that it could possibly be. And we're not going to have to fight too many enemies on the way, apparently. And we'll just use one of those, and then Sloth will kill Lust, and we'll get maybe some hearts at the end of this from this Gluttony. If he drops a key, I'm definitely picking up that other item. Oh my god. Well, I wish I didn't. Now I've got to put my money where my mouth is now. We might as well have some fun with it because it's over, right? Like, this run is done. There's nothing that can stop us unless something goes terribly wrong. If I go into some kind of seizure or an epileptic fit during this, or maybe I don't know, get stung by a bee and there's an allergy to bees I didn't know I had. What's in here? Monstro's Tooth. Well, that's trash. I'm glad we went all the way back for that. Lucky Toe or Polaroid? It doesn't really matter, I suppose, at this point. Polaroid would give us a brief period of invincibility, but apart from that, no big deal. The only thing I hate is this room with the poop in here, obviously. That's probably, even though there's no enemies, it's like the most annoying room for me just because I'm lazy. But we can get back to full health anyway. Alright, Blue Baby. Why even bother, right? I'm just going to tank the shots here. We all know what's going to happen. There's nothing you can do. And you are already dead. And that is probably the most powerful vanilla run I've ever had in the book. So as always, thanks to everybody for watching. I had a lot of fun with that run. I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. Of course, Sacred Heart would show up when I also have Mom's Knife. But again, as always, thanks for watching. Look who we've got Arcanes on now, and I will see you next time.